Good morning, students. So today we are discussing about ninth class biology. Previous class we discussed about plasma membrane, how it works, and today let us discuss about how can we prepare solutions. So to prepare sugar solutions, we need to sugar and water. In a sugar solution, sugar is the solute, water is the solvent. Sugar dissolves in the water, forming sugar solution. So when we take sugar and pour into the glass, and then we have to pour the water, then it become a sugar solution. Next, preparation of saturated solutions. Preparation of saturated solutions. Take 100 ml of cold water in a beaker, add sugar or salt. Stir till it is dissolved. Repeat it till a little amount it is left at the bottom of the beaker, which will not dissolve. This is the saturated solution of sugar and salt. So now, what is saturated solution means? When we add more and more sugar or salt to the water, when finally whatever we pour the sugar and salt which is not dissolved, so then it is, we can say that, saturated solution. Which one is more concentrated solution? So for this purpose, take 3 beakers with 100 ml of water in each. Add a half teaspoon of sugar to the first beaker, 1 teaspoon to the second beaker, 1.5 teaspoon to the third beaker. Compare 3 solutions and answer the following questions. Here, let us take 3 beakers A, B, C. In A beaker, you have to add the half teaspoon of sugar. In B beaker, you have to add the 1 teaspoon to the second. And the third beaker, you have to add the 1.5. So from these A, B, C, in these 3 beakers, the beaker which contain 1.5 teaspoon of sugar have the more concentration. So the solution of which beaker will be more sugar? What is the reason? So the third beaker have the more sugar solution, because of it is more concentration. So we added more sugar than the water. So can we convert the solution of beaker into solution of beaker? Can we convert the solution of beaker 1 into solution of beaker third? So how? We can easily convert by adding more and more sugar from first beaker to third beaker. How can we make the solution of the third beaker indicated to that of the first? By pouring the water in the third beaker, then we can convert to the third into first beaker. How much water should we add to the solution in the third beaker to make it similar to solution of the first beaker? So for this we have to, while taking water, you have to compare, and then you have to pour the water until it become as a first beaker. So next go to here, there will be a solution. Next, So solutions with different amount solute uh, dissolve dissolved in them are solutions with different amount of solute dissolved in them are solutions of different concentration. The amount of sugar present in the 100 ml of water is the concentration of the sugar. So which beaker has the most concentrated solution means third beaker, because of it has more sugar than the water. So next go to that lab activity, observation of material in different solutions. So for this purpose take 2 beakers, tap water, sugar, dry grapes or kismis. So procedure, take 100 ml of water in a beaker, keep dry raisin or kismis in it. So the procedure, take a 100 ml of water in a beaker and keep the dry raisin or kismis in it. So when we have to take the beaker and pour the water 100 ml and leave the kismis in it or raisin. So leave it for 1 hour. So we have to wait for, after leaving the raisin or kismis 1 hour we have to wait. Observe that what has happened. Take it out and compare it with the dry raisin. Is there any change in the size of the raisin? So you may try the same activity with slightly dried carrots and other such vegetables. So here then take 100 ml of saturated solution of sugar in a beaker which was already prepared. So swollen raisin kept in sugar solution. Here so here in first, next to go to that, here there will be, so keep swollen raisin of the previous activity, leave it overnight in the sugar solution, observe in the next morning. Do you find any change in the size of the raisin? So in what happens in first and here there will be 2 pictures are there, and in figure 1 what happens, in figure 1 here the raisin what we are kismis what we kept in the beaker 1, here whatever water content which is here whatever content which is present in this is leaved out, means goes into the beaker, so that it is not swollen, it flaccid nature we can see, it is shrinkage of condensed state we can see that this in figure 1 beaker. So when we take here what we are observing, and in figure 2 the swollen kismis we can see, the swollen kismis. So here what happens, water is enter into the kismis, whereas in figure 1 water is leave out of the kismis, so that here shrinkage of kismis we can see in the first beaker, the size will be decreases, and whereas in figure 2 the size of the kismis is increased. So because of here what's happening, so here two questions are there. In figure 1, in this water will move from kismis into the beaker, whereas in figure 2 water goes beaker to kismis. So that here in first one the kismis is not swollen, whereas in second figure kismis is swollen. So let us think how water goes in and out of resin. Does the layer permits water to pass through? How does it work? So yes, while water moving from kismis to beaker and beaker to kismis, there will be a special membrane should play major role which allow to move water from beaker into the kismis and kismis into the beaker. This is you have to keep in your mind how it is, in which way water moves. So there is an experiment is there, that is osmosis. So osmosis experiment, osmosis, let us give first of all the definition. Osmosis means the movement of the molecules from low concentration to high concentration. So now this activity, let us go to the osmosis. So for this experiment we need materials: one raw potato, petri dish, 2 pins, water, sharp knife, and see that picture. And in this way, in figure so let us take the potato and peel out the potato, peeled out the potato, and now let us take the procedure. Take a raw potato and peel off its skin and cut cube shaped cups from them as shown figure 3. So here by taking knife, and we have to scoop out the potatoes, and first of all you have to peel out outer layer, you have to remove the outer layer. And what they given in picture 3, they prepared like as a well potato, a middle they have taken out the part of the potato, and it seems to be like a well. In such a way we have to prepare the potato cubes. And the final arrangement, let us take the petri dish and pour the water in the petri dish, and let us take the potato cube and keep in the petri dish, and by pouring sugar or salt. Leave the arrangement for half an hour and note our observations. Repeat the above experiment by taking the sugar solution in the petri dish and water in the potato cup. So note your observation and compare what that of your previous one. By comparing potato and resin activities, do you find anything common among them? What is it? From your observation, you can conclude that water always moves toward the sugar solution, what might be the region. So here the movement of water from less solute concentration to more solute concentration across a membrane is called osmosis. So here they given the osmosis definition, and the movement of the water from less concentration to high concentration is through plasma membrane or a cell membrane is called osmosis. So in Greek, osmos means pushing. So here now let us take here this picture. Now whenever, so this is the petri dish, and inside the petri dish there is a water, and inside the potato there will be a sugar solution. So when we kept this experiment of an hour, what happens? Water moves from beaker to into the potato. Water moves from petri dish to into the through the plasma membrane of the potato is goes inside to the potato. So here in potato, what happened? The level of sugar solution is increases. Why? Because water moves from petri dish to into the potato, so that in potato the level of sugar solution is increases, which means water moving from petri dish into the sugar solution which is present in the potato. So here what happened? In petri dish water have less concentration, in potato sugar solution have more concentration. Here what happening? The movement of the water molecules moving from petri dish into the less concentration to the high concentration, that is in potato. So this is how it is moving, means through the cells of the potato. Every cell have a membrane, it is called plasma membrane, through which water moves into the potato. So this type of movement is called osmosis. Osmo means pushing. So now here, to understand how materials may be, to understand how the materials may be moving in and out of the cells through the cell membrane, let us, by about two experiment we conclude that what we observe that plasma membrane and kismis and other what we taken potato, by this water is moving from beaker to into kismis into outside when the concentration gradient is variation. In the same way in second experiment also, that is osmosis, here also water is moving from where the less concentration to the high concentration, either it is inside the potato or outside the potato. So here what happened? Through a special membrane, water is moving from one place to the another place because of whenever concentration is changing. So now let us discuss about another important filtration. So filtration is commonly we can see in our home daily by filtering tea and other materials in our home. So here for this activity we need the following material to take 2 beakers, funnel, filter paper and stand sugar solution and 500 ml plastic bottle and cotton cloth. So procedure: arrange the filtering apparatus as shown in the figure and the alternative methods in figure B, and prepare wheat or rice flour solutions in a beaker by adding 1 teaspoon of flour in 100 ml of water. Add a drop of tincture iodine to the solution. Now pour the solution into the funnel. Then observe and try to answer the following. What remains on the filter paper and the cloth? So when we prepare the starch solution, whenever we poured, so now let us take the beaker and take the 100 ml of water and add the 1 spoon add the wheat or rice flour to the solution, and now you have to filter that solution by taking funnel and by arrangement of this model. By arrangement of this model. So here this is the stand. This is the stand, beaker, thistle funnel, and here in this water pan, water and flour is there, flour, rice flour or wheat flour. Now while we pouring, we have to add the iodine. Why? Because which we get the blue color. When we are pouring, whatever flour remains in the funnel, and liquid part, that is water, is goes into the beaker. Here what's happening? Filtering whatever solid particles are remain in the thistle funnel. Whatever solid particles remain in the thistle funnel. What remains on the filter paper? The cloth. So here same activity we can do by taking the plastic bottle, and you have to take the plastic bottle and you have to cut the top of the plastic bottle and take the filter paper or cloth, and like this you have to arrangement, and you have to pour the starch solution by adding the solution, the iodine solution. While pouring, what happened? The flour remain on the filter paper and water, only liquid part, goes into the bottle. By this we can conclude that it allows only water to pass through it. Filter paper, here filter paper, the filter paper is allowing only water, so it allows certain materials dissolved water to pass. Only the material which dissolved only allowing the filter paper. It will not allow materials, certain materials through in it. So here allowing materials to pass through is permeability. So whatever materials are passing from outside to through the filter paper into the beaker, that process is called permeability. Here materials are permeating from outside to inside. So we have observed that movement of water and materials in the previous experiments, and so here so to know more details about plasma membrane or cell membrane, let us go through the following paragraphs. Now here the outermost extremely, so which is very important. Already in first chapter we studied about in cell structure and functions, plasma membrane, and here also this is, we have a chapter particularly we have a chapter, and fourth chapter in 9th class, that is plasma membrane. Now we are in that chapter only. More details about the plasma membrane. The outermost extremely delicate elastic membranous covering of the cell that separates its contents from the external environmental is called plasma membrane. Here the given clear-cut definition. The outermost delicate elastic membranous covering of the cell that separates its content from the external environment is called the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. So here, why it is called as a selective permeable? Why? Because plasma membrane, why we are calling selectively permeable membrane means because of it permits some of the materials through pass in it, not all the materials. So because of it is selecting to pass through in it, hence it is called selectively permeable membrane or plasma membrane. So plasma membrane is a living flexible membrane. It is not a dead one, it is a live one. So whatever we can see below the cell wall, the thin membrane inside the living cells is termed as plasma membrane, which covers the cytoplasm and it protects the cytoplasm. So this is generally it is a living flexible membrane, the plasma membrane. Now let us discuss the important functions of plasma membrane. Important functions of plasma membrane. So functions of plasma membrane. Now shape. So plasma membrane mainly it provides a definite shape to the to fluid contents in the cell. It is most important. Plasma membrane it provides shape to the fluid contents to the cell. Next, it is a mechanical barrier. It is a mechanical barrier. So it functions as a mechanical barrier that protects the internal contents of the, so which means here the second function, mechanical barrier, means it functions as a mechanical barrier that protects the internal content of the cell. So whatever materials which are present inside the cell, the plasma membrane is protects. So it protects the internal contents. So it acts as a barrier, mechanical barrier. Next, another function of plasma membrane is selectively permeability, which is most important. It means the plasma membrane will allow only selected materials only it allow, either the material which is comes from out of the cell or inside to outside. Next, endocytosis. So another functions of the plasma membrane, endocytosis. So the flexibility of the membrane, the cell to engulf food and other substances from its external environmental by endocytosis. So here what happened, endo means inner, cytosis So whatever foreign materials are entered, whatever harmful materials are present in the inside the cell, it will be engulf and make it denaturate and mainly foreign particles it engulf and it damage the structural and functional activities of that foreign material. So mainly amoeba, it is a unicellular organism which captured the food material by the endocytosis. Next, another important function of plasma membrane, recognition. So it has recognition, it has substances over its surfaces which function as recognition centers and points of attachment. So they help in tissues formation and distinction of foreign substances, defense against microbes. So whatever foreign material, whatever waste material which is present in that, it can recognize and it can kill it. Mainly they help in tissue formation, distinction of foreign substances and defense against microbes. So whatever harmful microbes are entered into the cell and plasma membrane, it recognize and kill them and protect against the microbes. Flow of information. So here another function of plasma membrane is flow of information. It helps for flow of information amongst different cells of the organism. Here what happen, plasma membrane is responsible for sending information from one cell to the other. So in this way it will be communicated to the other cells. Next, most important, osmosis. So already we by taking examples we studied already. It occurs due to presence of tiny water channels in the plasma membrane. So cell continuity, it places plasma membrane of adjacent cells become continuous to form plasmodesmatous and cell junctions. So cell to cell is connected by a special cell organelles, plasmodesmatous. By these plasmodesmatous are linked with the plasma membrane. So that here linking of cell to cell is indirectly what, plasma membrane. So that here cell continuity is occurred. Specialization, plasma membrane gets modified to perform different functions like absorption in microvilli. So plasma membrane is special for absorption of materials. Mainly we can see in absorption of microvilli. So here these plasma membrane form as a villi or finger-like projections, then they can absorb the material. Next, transport across the plasma membrane. So the plasma membrane act as a physical barrier between organelles of a cell and the cytoplasm and between the cell and its surrounding environment. The membrane is said to be impermeable if the substance do not pass through the membrane. So permeable, the first point is states that impermeable means not permit the materials. If the substances are not suitable to the cell or not pass through the membrane, it will be keep outside of the cell. So that plasma membrane is not allow, that is called impermeable. Second point, permeable, if the substances are suitable to the cell, if the substances are easily passes through this plasma membrane, then they can allow easily pass to the plasma membrane. Mainly it is a solvent. Next, it is a semi-permeable. So semi means half only, which means the plasma membrane allow only solvent but not solute. Means sugar it not allow through pass in it, only it allow water to pass through in it. So here what happened, one material is allowing, another material is not allowing, hence it is a semi permeable membrane. Next, selectively permeable. So plasma membrane always should select to permit the material from one place to the another place, so it will be select. So in this way, keep in your mind, plasma membrane does four important aspects about permeability, not permeability, semi permeability, and selectively permeable. So this is you have to keep in your mind. Plasma membrane is selective. We already learnt about animal cell. Let us do other activity about activity